Good morning. It's 4:04 a.m. Thursday, January 26, 2017. Sometimes when I do my little early morning talks, or at least early morning for me, I'll be quiet so as not to wake up Perky. He struggled so hard to stay with me as long as he did, but the time came he had to go. He was starting to have petit mal seizures. He did have a couple small petit mal seizures. He had all kinds of problems, and it was time for that life to end. Life being a union, a joining of a spirit, as well as one spirit that's a free entity coming in with another free spirit that's part of the planet's original energy. On this planet, her name's Gaia. The planetary essence is always female, and also there's the body with different memories, like reactionary input. And it's like Bijou said, anything that is material from the planet has the planet's spirit within it, just like stones. I have many family members I'm so proud of, and there's others coming that I'll be equally proud of too. Our original design, what we are, what we do is to serve. You'll see a lot more of them in the future, but anyway, this isn't about source, this is about everything. But something did happen, a few things have happened, and that's why I'm putting out this video. I'm trying to be quiet for Deanna. She's staying here in the house with me for a while, a little while longer too, before I finally do go, by natural causes. She's doing so much to help me function, keep going. My right leg, she has to massage it every day because the foot was turning purple. I had lost almost all the feeling in it. I have health issues. It's a body thing. The bodies don't last forever. They're not supposed to. They're not made to. They are made to be prisons, to put spirit inside and then torture the spirit as much as possible to make sure that it grows. That's why these bodies were initially made the way they are. Things are changing. What did that to everyone was the original first being, male and female, which used to be the initial first being. And they got lonely and had a lot of lower frequencies, what we call negativity, and built a system completely flawed so that it might make spirit grow faster, to where sooner they could separate it into more pieces where all the pieces would praise them. And as we all know, or should understand, anything that's worth praise not only wouldn't want it wouldn't allow it. I talk about our friends in space. I talk about their coming, who they are, what they're doing. I talk with them personally. I don't tell you about all that. This isn't about me. It's about my job, what I'm supposed to be doing. It's about the reason I exist. That's what serves me, is serving everything. It's not just you. It's not people. It's everything. Until you understand that you're part of a large family and everything has equal rights, then number one, the old format is still a part of you, which has been forced on you ever since the beginning of having lives. I remember I was there with my better half, my female counterpart, and your suffering just continues, and all that is being taken away. Those who are in a body and can't understand or accept that won't be going back in body. except those who literally can be helped will be having some lives in animal bodies. You will be made to understand the problems with the system the way it's set up by being at the bottom end of it and being abused. Not long like a regular human life, but being abused. Not as bad as the original animals were, animal essence, but you'll understand. There's a lot of us out there. The majority of us have heart. It's just that we've been beat up so hard, we haven't had the chance to understand it for ourselves, to express it to others. We have to understand it ourselves before we can express it to others. Everything I do, everything I say, it's not about Jay, it's about everyone and everything. I've had to talk about myself a little bit to explain. This is how I know this stuff, this is what I am, and this is what's going to happen. I've talked to other people before to just come flat out, walk right up to them and tell them about something a spirit guide wants them to know that they're not doing, or something like that. Or they have a certain health issue and I wish they'd do something to take care of it. I want them to know. And people have told me before, you have no right to talk to me about that. You have no right to do anything. I just look at them. I said, I do what I want, what I know I need to, because it's best for you. If you don't like that, fine, I don't care. The important thing to me was not to tell you what you have to do, but to allow you to be aware of what's going on so that you can make that change for yourself. That has always been a part of me that'll never change. There was a very important meeting last night in the second dimension. As free spirit, sentient energy, not locked up in a body, but as our true selves, we're incredibly huge, intelligent, powerful. We communicate with thought. It's almost completely instantaneous. And in spite of that, I was in a meeting last night for over an hour. The amount of communication with everything that happens by then, I mean, it's crazy. The location of it, like I said, was in the second dimension, and but the physical location where we see it here is M65. M65, one of the Leo triplets, Leo constellation triplets, is where the new council is, the new source council. And just for the moment, they're running things. Now at the other M66, another part of the Leo triplet that is that's the home of the Lily and Arae source energy. It's also now the home of animal essence. It's a private place, but others do come in and out. Then is NGC 3628, I believe it is. It's the third member of the Leo triplet, and that's where the final council that's going to run everyone's lives is already coming together. Every form of essence, every form of spirit, sentient energy, every different form of it, type of it, has two representatives, one male and female. When it comes to angels, the different types of angels, there's two members. Angels are both male and female spirit. They never separate. So anyway, this meeting was about things that are happening. And that's one reason I have to call this source meeting. As I said, source was made to be stronger than the rest, but they were expected to be controlled by the original first being male and female, and of course eventually that didn't happen. What they made the strongest in the beginning finally killed them because of their crimes against everything else. It was a natural flow of the format of what they made to protect. Anyway, that's why creation is changing. It has to maintain. there are frequencies. As I've gotten into people that crank them up, I started becoming aware. Folks, I wasn't aware of all this stuff when I just woke up. I mean, I had to learn. I always knew I was different. Always knew everything was more important to me, as far as taking care of it, protecting it. I knew I didn't matter, and I was okay with that because I knew what I really am is okay. It's almost like can't be harmed. And in the end of it is spirit, I can be. I guess in a way you might say that's an advantage I have, but it's not. It's responsibility. Why? Because I have heart, because I care. Anything you've protected, and if you protect a group of something, you protect them equally, you care about them, you build compassion. It's a normal process. By having lives, you learn more about that. So at this meeting, there were some problems that were happening, and I'm going to go through cleaning yourself soon. Just a few minutes away, whatever, in this video. There was the original first being male and female that had to be destroyed. Then there were two large groups of other clean essence, of other clean source. Two different forms that were taken out, two different pieces taken out of a big piece and set aside. Okay, and they both separated male and female. The super large source pairs, they split into, the top one split into Arae and Lydia, and the bottom split into Lilith and Arae. The biggest of the troublemakers was Lydia and Arae. Two different parts of the different section. Ara came from Arae and Lily came from Lilith. They were the strongest parts of the heart energy of both of them, or the strongest parts of both of them, period, but they just happen to be from the heart energy. Heart energy is incredibly powerful. And it helps pull things together to make things happen. Anyway, so in this meeting, what had happened recently is, although each one of those 6 large beings was taken out, the original male and female need to be completely destroyed. But when you take out energy, especially while you're in the body trying to do it, you're literally, it's like taking out a cloud. And good luck getting every little raindrop. Sometimes the little pieces floating around. Some of that was hanging out, doing almost nothing, trying to hide until what was left on the other side that could destroy it was gone. So, and that last thing was taken out when I came out of that second hospital with what I just went through when Herky passed. That had to happen for reasons on many levels. Some of it I can't go into right now. That'll be explained later. And best it should be by someone else, not me. But all this stuff comes out for an understanding of what? Jay thinks he's cool? No, I'm not. Of your understanding of yourself first, and then of what's around you. If you don't understand yourself, you don't have full access to yourself, to your abilities to understand as much as you can, and you're not going to be able to stand. You're not going to be able to understand everything around you near as well. Also, you need to understand what's going on with you inside, who you are, how you function, so that you can apply that to others and see how they function and understand more. I mean, it's a natural process. That's why I wrote the book, so you can know about yourself. The first book, Creation series, Creation, its beginning and its origin, was it its beginning and your origin? I wrote the book, I think I know, right? Creation, its beginning and your origin. And that's where all of you came from. That's where everything came from. Original first being, what people call God, where did it come from? Bada boom, bada bang, right here. How did it happen? What was it made of? What are you made of? What types of beings like you are around? And then here's a second book, Creation, Its Journey Evolving into Paradise. There's no perfect paradise, but when you've gone through hell, you start becoming, if you lived in hell and all of a sudden you're living in a nice place, then, that's like paradise. And when I say hell, the only true hell there is when you're stuck in a body and forced to go through the life. I just want to point one thing out I have to correct, or will be corrected shortly after, but I think I'll correct it myself before leaving. The second book, on the very back, it's got a little picture of me, not a big one, but it says when I was born. That's for people who follow astrology. It says 2:37 p.m. January 7/27, 1955, but 2:37 p.m. That's wrong. It's 4:37. I corrected that in the book 1, but I didn't correct it in book 2. And the only reason that's there is for people to understand a little bit of me, people that really follow astrology intensely. It'll give you some insight into who I am and why I'm here. And again, this is not about me, it's about you. I've always pointed out my shortcomings, what I feel are my failures, and how I've not performed the way I want to, even though there's only so much I can do about it. That's not to cut myself down. That's not to say I'm deficient, but it is to express how I feel. It is to also show you. I can go although I can go into someone's brain and body and change them, change their spirit forever, but while you're in a body, and this body itself, actually enhance it. Most of the people I go into, especially those that are young enough, their brain starts growing and their skull starts physically growing. It's not me, it's you. It's you understanding who you are. But it's also me showing you that I screw up, everything screws up, and quit thinking there's anything perfect, because there's not. Quit trying to be perfect, because there's no such thing. You're frustrating yourself. Quit doing this praise thing. There's nothing to praise. If something was worth that kind of praise, it only wouldn't want you to, it wouldn't allow you to. It would say, stop it. I'm no better than you, now stop it. I'm always happy to thank everyone that helps me. I'll never praise anything, no. Doesn't make sense. So anyway, at this meeting, some of the little pieces of some of the original first being, there's actually a little piece of the mail that came out of nowhere. It was hiding, and it's being taken care of. Actually, it was taken care of. Other little pieces are still waiting to be found. When I'm in this body, when all of us are in a body, we're so limited by what we can do. Oh, excuse me. That was a loud pat on the chest, right on the microphone. But anyway, none of us are ourselves when we're in a body. The body itself is us plus some spirit from the planet. Planetary essence came from Gaia a long time ago and never went back in her, and it's been abused to hell and back, and again to hell and back. The only hell there is when you're in a body and you're imprisoned and you're being tortured and you're forced to. You get a little happiness, you have to keep going. But the original first being, male and female, were incredible manipulators, and they came out as one, separated into two, just because out of loneliness. That's what started the male and female thing. Anyway, so this meeting that we just had was about what's going to happen here real soon. This is a meeting of spirit on the other side. Again at M65. That's where this new temporary council is. The council always stay there, but they're to help guide others. They're there to help guide the council, to give them the information. The council, the creation's new council. Soul, essence, a little bit of source in there, angels. I mean, all kinds of stuff. Whatever exists has the right for equal representation, and it'll have it. And they don't like being thought of as a government. Just to let you know. Anyway, none of them do, because they're about equality. Governments put people down and control them. We take care of you by beating you up. And I say, wow, really? I don't see where that works, because it doesn't. So the meeting was about things that are going to happen, change that's coming, what's going to be accepted and what's not. It was Arae putting his foot down, quietly but firmly. On the other side, the biggest, strongest thing rules. The thing is, the biggest, strongest thing there is what protects you, what was made to protect you, and take care of you every way it could, but leave you free to do what you want as long as you're not hurting other people, and hopefully not yourself. So much is happening, there's no way to cover it here. But this is all happening for you. It's being done by what's finally about to be able to protect you properly. There's 4 new first beings coming out of the first dimension, folks. These things are huge. If there wasn't something to protect you when these things came out, there would be total chaos. One of them was coming out over 67% negative, or lower frequencies. That is dangerous. Initial source coming out of the first dimension with 67-87% negativity would be the destruction of everything. It'd be the destruction of everything it could kill. It's that much power with that many lower frequencies, or what we call negativity. So anyway, that's being taken care of, and it won't come out that negative. You change that by removing the heavy particulate matter that gets pulled into a new being in the first dimension. As the energy fields are coming together, there's 5 different energy fields that create sentient life, and then it just opens up. Just finally comes out, and it's there. But everything's gonna come out. The original first being, male and female, that we came from was 27.5% negative. There's nothing coming out that's going to be 11%. This just ain't going to happen. Too many problems. So anyway, that meeting happened. That'll help make it easier. But there's still got problems hanging around. Now, source energy, how does it take care of itself and protect itself from what's attacking it? Because there's still some even little teeny pieces of spirit on the other side. There's so many out there that are arrogant. Arrogance is the way everything was done from the beginning. That's all most anyone knows. Now those with a lot of heart, they were sick of it, tired of it, and ready for the change. They're happy, but there's still some out there that's a problem. Most all the negative stuff and the problematic stuff has literally been taken out. Everything that got aggressive enough to attack, was almost every bit of it was destroyed. And what wasn't destroyed was clean, frozen, and stored. If you see my videos from a long time ago, you'll see me grab something, put it in a sphere, close it down, and then do something with it, and then take it and literally put it in my forehead. I didn't do that to look like I was cool. I didn't do that to look like an idiot. I did it because that's what I had to do to have a function, to go through a function, to make something happen. When I clear my head up, pressure, energy, I'll make the funniest faces. I'm not a clown. I like to make people happy. I like to see them smile. Sometimes I'll try to say a goofy joke to make people laugh. Why? Because we need some joy. We need some happiness, and it also helps feed hope. I know who I am. I don't have to play macho man. Sometimes I get really aggressive, and it probably seems like that, but that's because there's a reason for it. Macho stuff, it's like I'm a man, I'm bad and everything. Man, just be yourself. That stuff, I just don't have much reason for it. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. Heart energy, caring, that's what matters. Anyway, now let me go ahead and go through this energy exercise with everyone. I'm going to stop the video and then put it on again because I need to have this part of the video separate to put into what I call the Source Family Vault. It's just information to help Source Family do what they're here to do, but also protecting them. But I'm putting this part of it out in the open for everyone. But I'm only going to be around so much longer. This information has to be available to all the Source members that are still going to come alive, that I'm already consciously aware of, and others that are coming. And they'll keep coming. And this is creation-wide. I've said before that there's a school coming where Source literally, teaches here from the Earth, teaches some of the other folks from other planets how to crank people up. It's all been put together. There's a piece of property that, nobody knows exactly where it is. There's protected forests and stuff around there that the government owns, and some people have actually said, hey, you can't do anything there. It's government-owned property. I know what I'm talking about, okay? And besides, above and beyond that, what's more important, when the right thing needs to happen, it's going to happen. Ain't nothing can stop this. Nothing. It's about time it happened this way, but, the main thing is that we're here. I've been through really, really hard times in this life. This still is no joyride, but I always get through it. Then you look back on it, and it's just a done deal. You just keep going. So anyway, a lot of people say Jay's crazy. Well, what I just did, part of the reason for what I just went through immediately after Herky died, I've had a board of psychiatrists, number one, say this man is completely sane and has no issues. Number two, they said what he does with his brain is phenomenal. There's no record of it here anywhere. And then when I finally got out of the second hospital I was in, I had to go see someone here, doctor here. And she said exactly the same. She actually said she could feel my energy when she was in there. And she's not an energy worker. She's a wonderful person with incredible heart energy, but she's also very intelligent. She knows her business. So, and I got immediate clean bill of health from her. It's like, just keep going, go to work, see what you're doing. These people that they know about you, they have information on me. Everything I do is for other people. In one place, there was a group that said, hey, we'd really like to see you do more for yourself. You have to do stuff that makes you happy. And this is the only time they kind of looked at me funny as I told them, I said, you don't understand. I'm doing what makes me happy. I'm taking care of others. When I got in there, this one place, I couldn't even walk. I was in a wheelchair for a couple of days. And then the third day, I got up, started pushing the wheelchair, then getting in it when I couldn't stand anymore. And then after that, I forget the wheelchair. Now I have degenerative joint disease. Okay, I'm falling apart. Like I told you about my right leg, it's going numb. My organs are shutting down. Lungs have been waiting to die for years. And no boo-hoo. I'm just saying, the wheel on that cart's a little broken. But I'd help them. I'd help the staff. I'd help the people down there, and they all were talking about this goofy old man in overalls. That's what made me happy. They were just surprised. They said, this guy actually gets off on helping other people. That's no act. Anyone that really knows me knows that. Anyway, but that's enough about me. The thing is that I do want you to understand a little bit about me. I'm talking to you about things that are so serious for yourself. It's how to wake up, become yourself. Here come my friends from space, who they are, what they're doing, the truth of what's going on there. You know how much crap is on the internet? It's full. That toilet needs to be flushed. Not gotten rid of. Flushed. The more you become awake, the easier it is for you to understand what's true and what's not. So anyway, and I've taught about energy. I've taught you about all the different, explained about it. When I say taught, it's not like I'm a teacher, you listen to me. No, I've offered the information. I've learned a lot of things by people who taught me stuff. When I first started waking up, I wanted a teacher, and I was told I was told nothing nice. I was told, in other words, to frack off, but different terms, and that was by the original first being female. But that's okay. That's dealt with now. So anyway, but I've given you the information you need to understand yourself, to help you understand what's around you, know where you came from. That's important. To know what's around you, that they're actually alive. Plants, trees, they're alive. They don't have mouths to talk to you, but they're spirit, and when you elevate yourself to the point where you can open up and become free, and it takes time. Folks in other planets, what we call aliens, we're aliens to them. Whatever, we're family, okay? The bodies look different. Lots of times they look very similar. When they're 6 years old, they're already understanding metaphysical abilities because they're real, they're part of us. It's like I know how to use my right hand, but my left hand, no, I can't use my left arm. That's not real. Hello? It's right there. They understand. We're trying to wake up. We're trying to wake up as a whole planet, a whole planet, a race of beings from one planet. I've explained the Kundalini, all these other parts of what they call the Kundalini, the parts of what are in you. I've told you about the energy fields within your body and your brain. The scanner. No one knew about the scanner. What's the difference between remote viewing and astral projection? Or no one ever knew. You do now. You do now. And information's in the books. I've got all kinds of free stuff in the videos. Help waking up. Room cards. Inside this book, there's pictures. There's the different pictures. Deanna did all this work. Deanna's an architect. She's incredible. And she's Source family. She's a very strong animal essence. Okay, so that's the different symbols. It's the Elder Futhard plus more. I think there's the original boxes said like 47 cards in there. There's 56. We've added more and just finished it up. And then here they are. So the cards look pretty much like that inside. Anyway, that's to help you learn how to talk with your spirit guides, how to become yourself, how to come out of your body enough to look back at your body and realize it's a vehicle that you're in, to see the different parts of you in it. Your DNA has memories from from the bodies previous to it, all coming together. It's like a reactive type of memory. The spirit from the planet that's inside you has had different lives in different bodies. It has different hang-ups. It has different knowledge sources, different memories. It's spirit. It's sentient energy. It's a second mind within your body. And you're the larger part of it. And you have experiences from the past lives you've had. My last life was Gandhi. Okay, there's pieces of Gandhi that's in there. I was the main part of the spirit within him, but the planetary spirit that was in that body is different than what's in this. What was in this body, it's gone now. It's already been taken out. Same thing was done with Herky. Same thing's going to be done with the Source that's here to help you, and at the same time, It's being taken out from other people because, and from everything. There's no need for it to be tortured like that. At death, someone holds on to death. Someone wants to hold on to the body so much. Most people do. It's just like, I gotta have it, keep it, unless you've gone through a real lot of suffering where you finally say, frack it, take the damn body. That spirit from the planet, planetary essence, it's supposed to be in a planet that lasts a real long time. It's not supposed to be in a physical body that comes and goes. Its natural intent, purpose, is to have a planet and hold on to it, and all it gets is a body to go in and out of it, and it goes one after the other. Planetary essence, those parts of them, they've been tortured. They need to be released. Folks, what's happening is the total reformatting, the total change of creation. And these physical bodies are going too. And you're here at the beginning of it. That's why you have to know a little bit about me. That's why you have to know a little bit about Source. That's why you have to know about all the beautiful, precious souls that are everywhere. Oh, soul doesn't have the power level, so it's not as good. Kiss my grits. Excuse me? Hell yes, it is. It has all the rights. And it is worth every bit as much as the strongest stuff there is anywhere. So many of you souls have developed over time into such beautiful, beautiful beings. I've felt love in some souls that is so much cleaner, more beautiful than that what I feel in Source. Everyone has their differences, their strengths and weaknesses, but everything is equal in creation. Not one thing is any better than anything else. That alone is enough to piss people off. That's okay. I don't care. I'm not here to make them happy. I'm not here to make me happy other than doing my job and feeling good about that. And I can't really do that because everything's so screwed up. If I'd been doing my job all along the way I wanted to, things wouldn't be like this. It had to come to this. I understand that, but whatever. It's ending. It's all coming together. Our friends from space, they are coming in. They're coming in to help us. The spirit on the other side, the field. December of 2015, a lot of people were saying the energy out there in the field, it's changed. It's clean, it's hopeful, it's lighter, but has an energy that's really strong. They didn't know what was going on. It was all over the internet and everything else, and it's still pretty much there. When things happen on the second dimension, that's 1.5 feet to the right, 3 foot up from where you're sitting right now. If you're in the second dimension, first dimension, no one goes in there. You're kept from going in there, okay? Strongest power there is anywhere keeps you out of there. That place needs to be left alone, and it's soon going to be controlled by what'll take care of it properly. Making sure nothing comes out, with too many lower frequencies or too much negativity. Anyway, trying to hurry up and summarize this. Things are going to change in such a wonderful way. Y'all are literally being freed, and you're not even aware that you're imprisoned. How can you know this until you wake up? You can't. How can you believe things that I say? You can't believe everything I say in any way, shape, or form until you become more aware. And as you become more aware, you understand more things for yourself. How else do you learn? I don't know. How else do you learn? How else do we grow? Anyway, here's that energy work I want to show you, okay? Be right back. Okay, this is a really good exercise for everyone, but it's very important for Source Spirit until and right after I get home, I get out of this body. It's soon, but it's still a couple months away anyway. Exact date, don't know. How, I know. Soon, there's no question. The things that I need to do while here in body are handled. The things that I deserve to to have handled. Some issues in my life still being handled in court. That's being done. And in the meantime, I'm going to be doing some more stuff to help y'all. More information to leave you with. More stone DVD, a stone description, energy, whatever DVD, a long one, a full one. Animal spirit, the most honorable, powerful spirit there is over there, other than source to talk to, is animal essence. They're incredible. And I'll tell you what, when you look at the honor of animal spirit, you compare it with any other spirit, including source, you're going to find that animal spirit in almost every case is more honorable than source and everything else. Sometimes source, because it has a strong power level, it gets stupid. But whatever. Like I said, creation has always been run in an abusive, arrogant fashion. And that has to be changed before everything else, can finally settle down into what it should be. So, anyway, like I said, this is good exercise for everyone, but for source, it's important. Those of you that are source, when you do this, you have the ability to create great power levels. You can screw up your brain by doing this improperly. Okay? And there's only one way that happens. It's no big thing, no big question. I'm going to have you all build a sphere. And when you want to clean your head, you have to literally build a sphere around your head. You feel all that power in your hands and everything. When you go to get rid of what's bothering you, do not do it while that sphere's around your head, because you know what else is in that sphere? Your brain. You want to knock yourself out for a little bit? Go ahead. Sooner or later, you're gonna say, "Ow, that hurts," and you know what? Didn't get much done. Build a sphere around your head. See it as like a clear glass cage. Okay, feel the energy, power. See it in your mind. When your solar plexus, you'll see it more in your mind. Heart energy, you feel more tingling. Pineal, you're going to feel pressure in your hands. Build a sphere over your head. Know that sphere that you're building, make it clear, make it incredibly powerful, that no spirit can get in and out of, not by going through dimensions, nothing. It's an all-encompassing sphere. Make it so strong that when you move that sphere through your head, it scrapes every part of your brain, pulling out all energy that's inside it other than your own. And then you look at it in front of you, and you see what kind is in there. If you're source, you're going to be doing this, you need to buy the books to understand what's out there. You'll see stuff in there. You have to feel, is it positive? Is it negative? Is it male or female? Is it soul, essence, source? It won't be animal. If it's animal, it's there to help you. See what it is. And then for that has the bad intent towards you, and you can just feel it's wrong, hold on to it and give it a hard shot. And then you just take that sphere and you go poof. When you make that sphere, you make the intention of taking out everything that's a problem. But when that sphere actually goes through your brain, it'll literally scrape your brain, and you can actually feel it after you've done it a while. And then you look at what's bothering you, you make the intention to take that out. You do, like, light it up like a sun burning and let it be ash, and then just take and whatever else is in there, you just leave alone. You just take the sphere and throw it, and then literally air out of body. What's hanging out everywhere, the field, it'll take care of it from there. It's important that you do this at least 3 times a day. Also, when you feel this, when you start saying stuff, some of this old spirit and the powerful source, that's what will be attacking you, because you're source, and they want to keep the old format going. In a few months, this is going to pretty much disappear. Okay? The few times it happens is when something comes out of body that was strong source or something, and then all of a sudden it got crazy. Well, I'll be back home. Animal essence, they're the new sentinels of creation. Their power level has always been strong. They've been changed. They're much stronger, faster, and have abilities they've never had before as spirit. And they also, that's why I said earlier, they have impeccable honor. They deserved it. But anyway, when something's a problem, it'll be taken care of quick. In a few months' time, that'll be taken care of. It's being taken care of now, but it'll be properly, permanently taken care of on the other side. But still, there's the good need to build up the energy. Now, for now, what's going on? Those of you that are source, and the rest of you can do this and practice if you want. Okay, take your hands like this, like it's too flat, like that. Put them together. Make it like a knife, like you're putting your two hands inside an apple pie, and you tear it apart so that there's an opening in the apple pie, and you can, there's a split in there. You're separating the apple pie. Okay, do that in the whole body. Go right inside the top of your crown, push it all the way down, and then open it up like this. And as you do that, you'll already be inside your own sphere. Whatever's inside you, bugging you, you'll be able to see it. And then you see it, attack it. You pull it apart, you just leave it apart, you find it, attack it, tear it down, kill it, pull it out of you, set aside, and just take that sphere and go poof, get rid of it, and just say, Arae, take care of it. Whether you kill it or not, very few of you have that kind of power level, almost no one. Excuse me, but when you make that intention, you're going to damage it enough and hold on to it where Arae will pick it, take it away, and do what needs to be done with it. When you start to do something that isn't like you, makes no sense, you have something running you. Whether it was just for the moment or more, and the more you drink, especially if you smoke and stuff, forget doing drugs, man. You're taking over just immediately. Excuse me, immediately. Somebody didn't like that. There's a little piece of Aramelius in here. Asshole. No, it doesn't exist. Anyway, it's already got my throat stirred up, though. That won't be fixed until I get a cough drop or something. They do that with computers, too. They mess up your computer, and then you get rid of them, and then all of a sudden computer, still having problems. Just turn it off, turn it back on, reset it, you'll be fine. Anyway, you need to do that to keep yourself clean. Okay? So, lots of times I'll tell you, everything's fine. I sometimes I've talked to someone who said to me, you got to clean yourself, you got a problem. They look at me and they smile. And I can see inside they're being told, there's nothing wrong with you. You're awesome. You're powerful. He's fracking nuts. And then they look at me with that same attitude, and I look at them. I see what's happening, who's doing what. I look at a spirit, and I know who it is. I was made to protect. Nothing can see spirit with the depth that I can, because it's my job. It's like being born with a combination microscope and a telescope coming out of your forehead or something. Again, no better than nothing else. I'm a functional being. I'm made for purpose. Anyway, my purpose is, the welfare and all of others. Anyway, enough of that. Those are, and as you make your spheres, I've showed you before, feel the heat and power, or see the sphere yourself in your hand, or all the above. Feel it, see it, know it, make it, and then take your hands and go like this to make it. Don't let them touch, but go like this to a point. Okay, and then you go like that. As you do that, you'll feel the pressure, or the tingling, or see the light just get stronger and stronger. And then you open it up, it gets a little softer, but you feel it. When your fingers get closer, those energy fields coming out of your fingers, they're getting closer, so they intensify. Then you can slowly pull it apart, keeping that energy strong in your mind. Just say, I'm building an energy bar. You can go like this. Build an energy bar. And as long as you feel that pressure, heat, or see that energy with your hands, with your head, your brain, or body, then you can go behind someone, take that energy bar and move it through them. And then they'll feel something, and If you do it on camera, but don't let them see the video, you can put the camera in front of them, but turn the view screen, if it's a camcorder, turn the view screen away so that they can't actually watch it happening. You're behind them. As soon as you go towards the back of their head, if you get kind of close to their head, then you're not way out here and they can't see your arms coming in their peripheral view. You go like this. As soon as you go towards the brain, you'll see their eyes move and their head move. Folks, that's real. So I want to crank people up. And those of you that are source, that are clean source, and you don't have much arrogance in you, that means you're ready and able. You'll be helped so that you can crank people up. When you do, you get them to feel the energy. Take their hands, point them down towards that. Take the hands, put your arms straight up in the air like this. Aim the hands right towards your head, and you go down until you feel where the energy level is, the shell of your outer aura, or the aura just outside of your body. So the people feel like there, then you crank them up, then they feel it up here, and then finally when you release the energy through the body to flow, their hands are literally floating inside it. Most people, a lot of people, and soon most people getting this done aren't going to be awake enough. It's going to be hard for them to start feeling their aura. You just help it. But you look at them, you see it at the same time. And they have their own truth. When they can actually feel something, and then they feel it different somewhere else, and they go, holy crap, that's changed. You didn't tell them that. You didn't tell them where to go, when to stop, and everything. They have to know things for themselves, just like all of you need to know who you are. Gonna stop this just for a second. Okay, I had to end that video at that point because, like I said, it'll be a separate thing later for people to help them understand energy levels and stuff, cleaning. So those of you that are being bugged or doing things that just make no sense because it doesn't follow your heart, start cleaning yourself. Okay, the fact that you're not strong enough to kill it doesn't matter. You put your energy around that with the intent to get it off of you, and you attack it. Folks, the field is everywhere. They call it the source field. Okay? What I am, what's in this body, is the field. Well, the field is part of it. It's not the field. The field is part of it. It goes in there. Folks, angels, everything comes from source. And it's no better than nothing else. If it thinks it is, then it sucks. And it needs to and will be dealt with immediately. Until until you respect, until you can see what's around you and learn to feel it and respect it, then you are not fully a part of that community. And the idea and where we're going is for everyone to be part of that community. Those that want to destroy the community will be taken care of, put somewhere else, or if need be, deleted. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff you're going to start seeing. There's going to be a Drak ship, a huge one, coming in close in the next few days. You'll never see it. You will see them. You will see them. The Drak are incredibly powerful. Some of the older Drak DNA, DNA is always mutating, changing. Some of the older Drak, when you see them, in their heel, behind their back heel, it's actually like one huge, powerful claw that hits the ground. This is usually relative to the DNA that goes back to the beginning, the original first Drak bodies that Lily and Arae made. This council member I talked to, his family member, he's like that. Their ankles are like they're incredibly huge, incredibly powerful. When you look at it, you're going to see a dragon, literally. But it's more intense than anything you thought. It was a dragon. Did you know the dragons used to heal? Their fiery breath that burns down villages? Bullshit. It's the warmth that comes out of their mouth to literally extend their energy, okay, their energy from their spirit out of their body onto someone. They used to physically heal. That's the truth of what dragons were. They would heal. Unicorns, they can't stand negativity. That's why they're always thought of as being pure. They can't stand anything negative, and they aggressively go after it. As usual, when you have a society that there's a small group that wants to, and there's a small group that wants to control them, they're literally going to beat everyone up, misinform everyone. They can do everything they can to hold on to that control. Makes them feel better than everything else, and they're not. So, anyway, this meeting that just happened a few hours ago in the second dimension at M65 solidified some things that need to happen, which is all moving forward to help everyone, except those people that want to abuse and control, and they're going down or disappearing completely. And it has to happen in the second dimension first before it happens here. But it is happening here now. I was so bent on getting home because I had to finish this format issue. I have to get the animals out of their bodies. It's already being done. Paul Cherrick said, Jay, man, look at M66. You can even, when you see it now, you can even physically see all the different colors in it. But when I look at his energy, he said, man, it's filling up. I said, yeah, the animals are already being taken out of body, not just on this planet. This is one of over 4 trillion planets that has hundreds of millions of beings on it. They are being taken home, not as quick as they're about to be, but they're coming in from everywhere. They're done having lives, folks. Their new jobs are to be sentient, or to be sentinels. But they're doing it as their normal self, sentient energy, which is spirit. That's who you are. It's what you are. So anyway, if you want to know about where you came from and who you are, those books I wrote, and if you do want to pursue this, please get the first book, the book one first, because if you don't, you're not going to understand what I'm talking about when I talk about the other beings. It's right here, folks. It's a small book. Okay, it's not expensive. You can buy it at thespiritualfoundation.com. You can buy it Amazon.com, eCreatespace.com, right from the publisher. It's already been released. I've released it to go to libraries, but they're not going to buy they still have to buy the book, but it's released to go there, but it's something where it's cheap, whatever, flowing through in and out, but it's not going to go there until there's enough people that want it, until it's popular enough. And this information is I just wrote the books, man. It's just now getting out there. So, and there's a third book coming. Deanna and Siobhan having a lack of brain moment, kind of tired. They're going to write the third volume. Burju is writing, translating the books. It takes a while to do this in Arabic. She's from Turkey. All these beautiful folks that are in the that are involved in this, mostly source family members, they're all writing their own books. They need to. The information needs to spread. It needs to be available to you. It's going to come from multiple sources. And as long as the information's, correct, then folks, those books are going to be made to sell. They have to be, so you have access to it. It'll be done from the other side. So, anyway. This is what's happening. It's something I had to tell you. There's source issues out there. Little pieces of the original ones. When you're in the body, the original ones of the early ones. When you're in the body, it's so easy for you to be attacked and run. And these folks are old, ancient, incredibly powerful. Even though they're teeny pieces of it, they're still strong. And you're in a body, you're vulnerable. It's like an open wound, ready for whatever's going to go in it. And you can consider them germs. All right, folks, I love you, man. Take care, have a good one. Those of you that are and find out your source, you don't have to, but you have a responsibility. And as long as you're not arrogant, and you do care about helping people, and it's easy to see. It's easy to see from here, but it's even easier from the other side. You'll be helped, or you'll be kept from doing anything, because you'll never be, no source will ever be allowed to move forward trying to make something about themselves. So, all right, folks, look, man, I love you. Take care. Have a good one. I've got stuff coming out soon about more stuff in space. I talk about everything because that's what I need to. Everything. I'm putting out stone information pretty soon. Virgiu has her own unique perspective on stone energy, so I'm going to get her to. I've asked her to go to send me her videos she put out, so I can put it directly on my channel to expose y'all to that. This ain't about me. Anyway, love y'all, man. Take care. Have a good one, and happy awakening. One step at a time. It's not the easiest thing for those of us, especially with a lot of heart, to do, but take the time to relax and give yourself the chance to love yourself enough to accept yourself and who you are, and when you feel something, to start having faith in it. If you had the faith in you that I have in you, it'd be a whole lot easier. But you know what? You picked it up a step at a time. I love you all, man. Have a good one. Well, I wouldn't be consistent if I didn't have to go back and add something to a video. The second I got done with the video, I laid down in bed and my mind calmed down for just a moment, and then I just talked to myself. Now, what I am is stupid big, okay? It's just really big. And there's problems that come with that. Everyone thinks it's wonderful. No, it's just, there's good and bad to everything. And things are what they are. But I was talking with myself. I just came to myself, and the first thing I said is Tuesday. Then I relaxed, and I got October 10th. So I asked Deanna, I said, do you have something on your phone where you can look this up? And she said, well, I got something over here that says Monday, October 9th is Monday, so yeah. And of course I checked it downstairs and on my computer, and sure enough. But what I got as soon as I got the date, something I need to give you a heads up on, all of you. Tuesday, October 10th, 2017, Extraction Day. And it's a pretty serious day, folks. I'm going to leave that there. But today you'll never forget. Love you all, man. Take care.